Fucking little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. I can get them both. Hello loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Arizona. You call me Zona or whichever you prefer. Do not forget to like, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, stay updated with me when I post, and welcome. All social medias will be down below. And let's get into the video. So loves, welcome. I know it's been forever since I've done one and I am completely sorry about it, but we're having a girl talk finally. I have been slacking with the girl talks. Like, I think I haven't done one in maybe a month now, which sorry about that, but yeah. So also, like, before we begin, this is going to be type of a trigger warning girl talk video, and I was debating if I should talk about it or not, but considering I have also been through it, I figured why not speak about it, especially if it's helping anyone pretty much in this type of situation. But I have myself been through this, so I kind of made a list of questions, I should say, and I'm just gonna kind of go by the list of questions I made and say what I did and give a little story about it. So okay, so like a quick little backstory, story time. I'm gonna answer like majority of what I'm talking about within like the questions, because I only have 10 questions. It's not gonna be a long video. And again, like I said, I was debating about this topic. So I was in an abusive relationship. It was way before the guy that I'm with now. It was a relationship I kept a secret but did surface this year because of situations. So I was with this guy. I won't disclose his name either. He's not around anymore is what I'll say. But I was in an abusive relationship for I think almost a year, and it was back when I was younger, so I didn't tell nobody, because it was kind of the situation of I didn't know who to tell, what to say, or any of that. So I don't know how to really give a backstory of a story time. I just know that I was young and I had plenty of people around me, but I just was afraid to tell them. So as I said, I have 10 questions that I kind of questioned myself for, that I wanted to speak on. And I'm making this video as like an awareness, and also like not just to tell you guys, but mainly an awareness, because I also met other people in my life that's been in this type of situation, but it took them way longer than me to leave. And I feel like it happens a lot, and like we just don't talk about it. It happens to male and female and transgenders, everybody, because you know I'm not keeping nobody out. It happens to a lot of people and nobody really talks about it. There are people that speak up, and then there are people who keep it enclosed. So let's go down to the questions. So the first one that I had on here was, how did you know that's what this was? I knew this because I call it the beginning of the relationship, puppy love type of stage relationship. And then sooner after, like, a lot of the love turned to aggression, not on my end, and started getting hurt. Like, I would absolutely do nothing and get hurt, and that's kind of how I knew that this was where this was about to go. But I figured that it was just some type of trauma that that person had in general, and because that person's mother didn't seem to see a difference, which also she needs to get her life together. When did it start? So it started about probably 2 to 3 months in. Now I could have left again, but then again I really didn't know like what to do. But that's like when it started. Like I said, the love started turning to aggression, and again I just thought it was like past trauma. I didn't know what it was from. So that's kind of like when it started. I'm going through these questions kind of quick because I kind of just don't know how to talk about this topic, but I haven't done a girl talk in so long, and I wish I had more energy for it. I also am not feeling too good, so I apologize for the energy being low. The third one is, how did you handle it? So I handled it very poorly. Like I said, I didn't tell anybody. Like, I had plenty of friends around me. that I could have told, but I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my mother, my grandmother, nobody. None of the guys I was calling brothers back then, cousins, family, nobody knew until a few years later. And this year, I should say, my mother still doesn't know. So if she sees this video at some point, I'm sorry for not telling you. It just was kind of hard to tell. But like I said, it took me forever, I didn't even speak up about it. I didn't speak up. It just kind of, I did to one of my cousins, but it kind of just surfaced. But, I didn't handle it great being in the whole relationship. I figured that this was just like what it was, and maybe this is a way for him to feel better. I'm always thinking about other people's emotions instead of mine, and I didn't think of how it would affect me later on in life. Did you tell anyone? No, I did not tell anybody until probably a year or two later. I told one of my cousins who very much knows now, and like I said, that person is no longer around. So my cousin was pissed off at me for not saying anything, but then again, she understood why I didn't say anything, because it kind of is hard to talk about. Like, now I could talk about it now and kind of joke about it, but it's not funny. I just try to make my situations, I cope by telling jokes about it. It's not healthy, I agree, but it helps me. I try to make it funny so the person doesn't feel as bad for what happened. How long did it last? I think I already answered this question. It lasted almost a full year. When did you finally let go? So I finally let go because I moved on, I should say. I caught feelings for somebody else and then feel like there was just no point in me being in this no more. And I kind of was going out with other people to I didn't use them, but it was also a way to try to, I won't say me getting with other people, I was using them to get away, but it was a way for me to let go, I should say, because we're talking about letting go. So I let go. I know what year it is. I'm having so much brain trouble saying this. Don't even know if this video is gonna go out, honestly. But I ended up letting go. I forgot about that person. So it took a while to let go. What did you do to recover? So honestly, I'm still recovering from it. There's a lot of stuff that from the traumatic experience I still do. I don't know if I told you guys this before, but I flinch a lot. When someone, it's with anything, some people do. I flinch a lot. I kind of say for the last couple of months I have reduced it, but I definitely I flinch a lot. And that's because of that situation, and that's probably another reason why I'm so tough now. But yeah, I'm still kind of recovering from it. It's a lot better than what it was. That was another reason why I have been, that I almost fell off a few times and ended everything, is because of that situation. That situation put a lot of trauma on me, and I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's over. The next one is, what has it taught you? So it's taught me that not everybody is what they seem, that there are people who have stuff going on and they reflect it on other people, which is why I try to be the best person that I could be without throwing stuff on nobody. So it just taught me what to look for. It taught me that not everybody's what they seem, and it also taught me that I should have spoke up sooner, and maybe I wouldn't be, or I should have spoke up sooner, or I should have left sooner, so I wouldn't have to still be recovering from what I recovered from. But you do live and learn, so that's what it had taught me. The next one is, are you healed? So as I said, I'm there, but I'm not, I do, like I said, feel 10 times better than what I did feel, but there's still little increments of certain stuff that I have not, and things that I have still, had on my mind. lastly was how has life been since then. So life has actually been great. I mean, I've been depressed and stressed, but who isn't at this point? Now a lot of it is just like life stuff. Like, I can't admit there are certain stuff of why I'm like this now was from that past situation that I went through, but I'm a lot better now than what I was, thankfully. And I am just, I don't know how to describe it. I'm happy I'm out of it because I was tired of going through that. That's kind of how I am now. Like I said, I apologize for not having no energy. I do not feel good. And again, this topic, it's kind of hard to talk about. I very much did not cry, thankfully, because I do cry. I'm a very emotional person. But that was like my experience. All I do is encourage you. I know, like, if you were like me, too scared to tell somebody, I would at least try to go to somebody you trust. But it isn't always easy. Scratch myself. It isn't always easy to leave these type of situations as to get away, and it's not always fortunate for everybody. So I would say if you can and you're fully strong enough to speak up, I encourage you to do that, and just be careful out here because there's a lot of people. So I do thank y'all for watching this girl talk. I'm sorry it's so short, and I'm going to try to get back on my game with these girl talk videos. You guys are free to comment down below any girl talk things you want me to talk about. You're free to DM me on Instagram. So yeah, my Instagram, like my social media, will be down below. If you need to ask me any questions about this, I can help to the best of my ability. But I do thank y'all for watching. Do not forget to subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.